everyone, and happy Tuesday. It is Tuesday, June 30th, 2026 at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Can you believe that the year is halfway over? This is crazy. I can't believe tomorrow's going to be July 1st. So we are halfway through 2026. Crazy, crazy. That means Christmas is just around the corner. I'm ready for a little bit cooler weather right now, that's for sure. And we haven't even hit the heat wave yet. Today was only like 87 or 88. Then the rest of the week's going to be 90s, almost 100. So it's going to get hotter and hotter and hotter. Yeah, yesterday was like, oops, forgot to unplug this. Yesterday was like a cold front came through and it was only 85. So tomorrow's the 90s, and then we're supposed to hit 98, which will probably be about 100 by the end of the week and the weekend. But luckily I got the grass mowed yesterday, so I got that out of the way. It was so humid. It was not too hot, but it was very humid yesterday, so but I'm staying in the house the rest of the week. I'm not going anywhere except to see my mother Thursday. That's it. I'm staying in the house in the air condition. And I feel so bad for the European people. I keep seeing videos of people in Europe and it's like 100 degrees over there. Nobody has air conditioning. I would literally just die. I don't know what I would do if I had to live somewhere that had no air conditioning. So praying for you guys over there. All right, so this is what we're making tonight. We're going to do 3 of these because this is the new card kit. So anybody that places an order of $100 or more from tomorrow through the 15th will get this card kit, which would be 3 of these. And I didn't realize till I finished it and I was cutting the pieces. It's 10 pieces of cardstock. I always try to make the card kits kind of easy, you know, so it's not like a ton of cutting, but I don't know what happened. I thought this was going to be easy card, and then I just started counting all the pieces, and I'm like, dang, that's 10 pieces of cardstock. And I double checked before the video. Every single thing for this card is available still. So even though it's on the last chance list, this stamp set and this stamp set, both are still available. They're both on sale for $9 each. The dies are gone, but you don't need the dies for this. So if you have not gotten these 2 stamp sets, you are missing out because these are 2 of my favorites and they're both retiring. The ribbon's retiring, which is also one of my favorite things. And the Floral Charm paper is not retiring, but the stamp set that went with it has gone. But I thought this one was pretty close to the flowers on here, so originally it did not go with this paper, but I think it does go pretty well. And these flowers go with another piece that's in this same pack. And to tell you the truth, this paper is actually some of what I had left over from when I did the scrapbooking kit that had that paper in it. So you'll see on like one of the pieces. So if you get the Floral Charm paper, the back is actually this. So on the back of this piece in the regular pack of paper is this piece, but in the scrapbooking kit that I did that class on, the back was this one, which is perfect because I wanted to use this and this, so I didn't have to use the same piece, so that way it would go farther. But I had like about 6 or 7 sheets of this left over, and I was like, oh, I need to use that for a card, so that's what I did. So available till this live is over. You know, I've done a bunch of cards with this stamp set, and I keep saying it's available, and it's not even like low inventory yet. So I don't know. Well, they must have had a ton of them left over or something. But for $9, I cannot believe it's not sold out yet. I mean, that is like the biggest bargain of the century. So today is the last chance to get this card kit, which we've had now for like 3 weeks, I think, because of my trip. I only did really 1 kit for June. So, well, there was kind of 2 because one went through June 9th, I think, and then this one was since June 9th. So this card kit is through today, so I'll be cutting these starting tomorrow. And I got 1 Happy Mail card from Susan Campbell. And this is a really pretty quilting card. I love that. I think she must have maybe had a die that cut all those little pieces out, because that's a lot of cutting little pieces. So I'm thinking she had a die that did that, but if not, that is an awful lot of cutting of little pieces, but I'm pretty sure it was a die. But I love it. Love it, love it. I wish Stampin' Up! Would make dies that were like that, that had a bunch of, you know, pieces that, so you didn't have to cut all the little pieces up. Then it'd be easier. So, lots of new stuff starting tomorrow. Oh, Amy, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Your son bought a home in Palos Verdes Estates, California. Dang, highs in the 70s. Ooh, that's nice. I wouldn't want to live in California. That's too expensive. I always see everybody posting their gas prices and other stuff, and it's like so expensive. But, Kathy, I see your comment up there. Good evening from Northeast Ohio. Let me see. Oh, I gotta say hello to everybody. I forgot. Hey, Hilda. Hey, Trina. Hey, Wendy. Hey, Christine. Hey, Amy. Hey, Cheryl. Hey, Lynn. Yep, my favorite flower. You are right. That is my favorite flower. I'm really going to be upset, but I have exciting news, so I'll tell you in a second. Hey, Diana. Hey, Colleen. Hey, Tony. Hey, Marie. Hey, Donna. It is hot. Did any of y'all see my Facebook joke? It was an ear of corn opening the door, and then his friend was there, and it was an ear of corn that was really popcorn. And he said, boy, it's hot out here. It was so hot he had popped into popcorn. I think it was so funny. Hey, Sherry. Hey, Nancy. What? You got 65 degrees. That's nice. Hey, Robin. Hey, Rhonda. Dang, a lot of you guys have really nice weather. I'm jealous, man. Let me see. Hey, Patricia. Hey, Debbie. Hey, Susan. Hey, Julie. Hey, Jody. Hey, Sarah. Hey, Sally. Hey, Jalen. Let me see. I think I'm going to stop because everybody's flying in now. Now we just got up to like a bunch. Okay. Hey, Ginger Snap. Hey, Rita. All right. May be hot, but think of those. Oh, yeah, I saw the fires. I saw some in, I can't remember. I think North Carolina, maybe. I can't remember. I saw two. I think one was in North Carolina and one was, I don't remember, Florida or somewhere. That's crazy. You have bordered both. South Dakota. I know you're probably pretty cool in South Dakota. I don't think it gets too hot up there. All right. A lot of you guys on here. Excuse me. Only 100 in Arizona. I guess that's pretty cool for Arizona because you guys are sometimes like 120 or something. Okay, so this we're making, and this is what you need, these two sets. So we're using this flower from Gallery Blooms, and we're using the words, just a note. These are some of my favorite words right here because all of these right here fit on a 1/2 inch strip, and then these fit on a 3/4 inch. So I really like to use these little skinny words for stuff, and this is one of my favorite background stamps. So this is an awesome, awesome set, and if you don't have these two, you need to get them. And wait till tomorrow because when you see the product of the month, you're gonna die. It is totally my stamp set. It is so pretty. It's a 2-step flower, and it's called Begonia something, but it looks like a rose. I think more, I thought it was a rose, but it says Begonia. But it is gorgeous. So gorgeous. I can't wait to get it. So I'm placing an order tomorrow. So that's it. Online stuff. There's a bunch of new online stuff tomorrow. That orchid, I think it's called orchid. No, it's not. I keep saying orchid, but it's violet. It's a violet. I keep calling it orchid. But it's a violet sweet. And there's also, I did post a picture of the product of the month on my business, Stampin' Up, my Facebook business page. So if you're on that, you'll see the picture. There's a Halloween suite, there's a Christmas suite, and a whole bunch of other stuff. So make sure you check that out tomorrow. So that's online exclusive starting tomorrow, the new product of the month. And there's also a new joining special. Not really a special. It's actually the whole new joining process. They're changing it. So it's not going to be like it has been before. So all that starts tomorrow. But you do get a really cool surprise in the new kit. And instead of getting your $125 of product and paying $99, now you're paying $100, and then they give you a coupon for $125 towards your first order. So it's a little bit different. So you'll get a discount on the $125 order, and you can order, like, say right now there's a limit, so you can order up to $125, and starting tomorrow, if your first order is $300, you can use the coupon for $125. And then if you have like rewards points, you can use those. You also get the discount on the whole thing. So it's a good deal. So there'll be a whole bunch of stuff about that tomorrow. And I also send an email to my customers today. Okay, so we need Pretty Peacock 5.5 by 8.5 for the back piece. This is for the inside. I forgot to write that. Let me put that inside. 5.25 by 4, and we're doing 3 of each, so there's 3 of each piece. Petal Pink 5.25 by 4, and then we've got our 3 3/4 by 3 of the Floral Charm, and then 3 3/4 by 2. Let me put that down here. And then we've got our circles. I already went ahead and punched these circles out. So this piece right here is actually the two-toned Pretty Peacock. So that's Pretty Peacock Dark, and that's Pretty Peacock Light. You could also use Lost Lagoon, would be almost exactly the same color. And then I've got 2 1/4, very vanilla. And then for the middle strip, I did 2 pieces because I thought it looked cool. And you probably can't even see that really. It's 3 3/4 by 3/4 and 3 3/4 by 1/2. I'm running out of room. And then this is just little 1/2 inch strips. They're leftover scraps, 1/2 inch by 1.5 inches. But if you didn't see that, there's actually a piece here, the cloud cover, and then I've got green on top of it. Then I wrapped the ribbon around it. So it's hard to see unless you look closely. But first I put the cloud cover, and I didn't really like that by itself. So then I added the green on top. So take a screenshot of that. Yeah, the violet. Oh, it's violet. Yeah, violet. What did I just call it? Did I call it violet? No. I said orchid, and then I said, no, it's not orchid. It's... God, I can't even remember the name of it. It is violet. I think I called it something else. What did I call it? I think I said violet. I don't know. I'm losing my mind. I don't know. I've only got my head half screwed on today. I did say violet. Oh, good. Okay, good. I thought I said orchid first, and then I said violet, but... Oh, Shirley, I'm so sorry about your husband. Yeah, everybody pray for Shirley. Yeah, that violet suite is gorgeous. And that product of the month, oh my gosh, I bet it's going to sell out. I was shocked last month because, you know, the one that that's probably the first one I really, really didn't like. But after I saw all the projects with it, you know, I normally don't like cutesy stuff, but it kind of grew on me. And then I kind of liked it. And then I was like, okay, I guess I'll go ahead and get it. And it was sold out. I was like, oh, well. I said, But this one I'm buying tomorrow because I have a feeling this one's going to sell. All right, so we don't really need these pieces yet. We do need that one. And we're going to do all the stamping first. So let's go ahead and stamp our flower, our big flower. And you need some scrap paper. So we're going to be stamping everything in black. And this is the black pad that I made with the white craft pad. It comes uninked, so there's no ink in it when you buy it. Then it comes with the white craft refill, but I used the Memento refill instead for mine, but we don't have it anymore. So I'm only going to ink up like the top half of this. So, because that's all I want to get on here. And there we go. All right, ink it up again. And I'm going to show you what I did to color these flowers. Hey, Inika. Inika, you're in Germany, aren't you? And so is Anya. And I think there's one more person. Can't remember who it is. Maybe it's Elfie. I think Elfie is also in Germany. All right, we're also going to stamp these 3 circles. And I did these both in white and vanilla, and I liked the vanilla better. Here's white. So that's what the white looked like. And I thought it was just a little bit too different. I did sponge this a little bit too. So I used vanilla. So white just didn't work for me. I don't know if any of you guys have seen that reel. So there's this reel with this guy, and I guess he's in Germany, and he's singing this song, and it's basically how to learn German song. But I didn't realize that at first. I just thought it was like a song that was in German. And I was like, oh, this is really a cool song. I like it. And so I've been like singing it and learning German at the same time. But it's really just teaching you basic things. Like if you were going to go to Germany, it's like basic, like how to say hello, goodbye, all these different little phrases. But it's, I meant to write it down because now I'm learning how to say some phrases, and I'm like, oh, I'm so proud of myself. And I said, they should do that in every language. Yeah, I do think, oh, Inika's from the Netherlands. Oh, what was I thinking she was from Germany? Okay. All right, so there's our flowers. And since you can see through this, you can pretty much position them exactly perfect in there. And then we're going to go ahead and stamp our words too, not in the black, but we're going to use our pretty peacock for our words. And then we're going to dip them. Now this is my bad ink pad. I didn't realize that when I first grabbed it, but it still works. It just looks ugly because it's got this like dry stuff. I don't know, it looks dry, but it's really not too bad. This is really pretty easy color. Probably the hardest part is actually coloring it. Okay, so that's our words. Now we're going to take it and we're going to dip it. And then we're going to let it dry because it smeared a little bit when I did it the first time. So I'm going to let that dry just a minute. I think the edges were kind of too wet. Okay, all right, so there we go. We're gonna let everything sit for just a minute. Hey, Gloria. Hey, Joyce. Let's see. You know what's so funny? I was watching somebody the other day online. I can't even remember who it was now. And when I was sitting there watching, I saw the comments and I'm like, oh, look, there's so-and-so, there's so-and-so. And I saw like 10 of you guys on there. I was laughing. All right, so we're going to glue. Before we color, I want to make sure these are really, really good and dry before I do any coloring. All right, we're going to go ahead and put these parts together. So our whitish flowery piece goes on the top. And like I said, if you have the paper pack, this is actually on the back of this. But my paper's from the scrapbooking kit, so same pattern though. I just wanted to use mine up. Hey, Carol. Make sure you get your flowers going the right direction. Probably might need to overlap this just a smidge. Depends on how well you cut it. Hey, Judy. Hey, Gigi. Oh, it does have a die. Gigi, this stamp, are you talking about this one? It does have dies that go with it, but they're sold out now. So they were on the last chance list, and now they're gone. So, but it does have dies because I have the dies in the box. Whoops! Let me show you. I think I'm missing some, but it has these and those, and then also these, and then I'm missing the big flower one. But yeah, there's a bunch of dies in there. And this one, this was all in a suite. I don't know if you guys knew this, but this one actually goes with this one. And the dies that came with it match the flowers in this. So they were in a suite together in the beginning when it first came out. So I don't know if you guys knew that or not. I have a funny joke tonight. I think a few people have gotten offended by my jokes, so I don't know. I try to keep them pretty clean, but I don't know. I try not to say any bad words and not have it, like, you know, risque too much. Sometimes there's insinuations, but I try to keep them pretty clean. But I have gotten a couple messages that a couple people unfollowed me because of my jokes. So I try to be careful, though. I know most of you guys love my jokes. Yeah, I know. I think it's funny. I don't know. I just love making people laugh, but I can't please everybody. But I have a lot of jokes that I haven't told because I didn't want to offend anyone. Yeah, Gigi, make sure you check because, yeah, they both of the sets that I'm using today have dies that go with them. All right, so now we're going to put this across the middle where the seam is. And I'm going to put it just crossing that seam right there. And then we're going to put the green right on top. So the blue, the cloud cover, and you could use cloud cover or Lost Lagoon. They're both, this blue is kind of like in between both of them. I don't know really which color it's supposed to be, but the cloud cover and the Lost Lagoon both kind of look good with it. So you can use either one. I just had a whole bunch of scraps of cloud cover, so I said I'll just use that one. I always try to use my scraps when I can. Oops. Anybody watching any good movies? I was going through Netflix and I'm like, seen it. I'm like out of stuff to watch. And I did start watching this really cute one called Sugar Creek Amish Mysteries or something on Hallmark. No, was it Hallmark? No, it's Up Faith. It was on Amazon, but you only got to one episode, and then you had to have Stars, I think, or something to watch the rest. No, not Stars. Up Faith and Family, which I don't have. I thought it was on Hallmark, though. Oh, The Rookie. I love The Rookie. I love, what's his name? Nathan Fillion. He's one of my favorites. If you ever watched Castle back in the day, it was on like, oh gosh, I don't know, 10 years ago or so. At least 10 years ago. Probably longer, 15 years ago. But, oh yeah, Julie, I get those probably every other week. I buy one. Well, I give my mother one. So I pick them up. Every time I go to Aldi's, every couple weeks, I'll pick up a couple. Okay, so there's all that. So now we need to put our ribbon on. So I've got that lovely ribbon that I like to use, the vanilla. And it's actually basic beige, but I call it vanilla because I think it is vanilla. But it really says basic beige. But it's still available. And my tape's not working. There we go. I double checked. It is still available and it is on sale too. So everything I'm using tonight almost is on sale. So that's a good thing. All right, then this is going to go right on the front. And make sure you put some glue on that ribbon because you don't want it to come out. You could put some tear tape on there too to hold it really good. You have Angel Studios. Yeah, the Angel Studios of Faith and Family, and what's the other one? There's a couple different Christian movie channels. But sometimes you can get them for free, sometimes they're not. Like through Amazon. I love the Christian movies, though. I think I already told you about the ones I watched like a week or so ago. Like Soul on Fire and what was the other one? The Forge. Those are both really good. You made some shimmer spray. Awesome, Lisa. You've torn your paper several times with that tape. This tape, this is the old snail adhesive. This, I've never had a problem with using snail. And I have like a billion of these because when they got rid of snail and got that other stuff, which I don't use the one that they have now. It went on sale. These went on sale for like $1.80, I think, or something. They were so cheap. I bought a ton. And I still am using them. But it's probably my second favorite adhesive next to the green glue. So, but you can't use the green glue with the ribbon because it doesn't hold it. So either use this or the tear tape to hold it down. But the green glue really holds your cards together. I found that if I use this to glue the cards together, they come apart later. So I don't use that for my main glue. Wendy, I got them from Stampin' Up. When we used to sell these, see, this is Stampin' Up. We used to sell this snail adhesive, and they discontinued it when they came out with the one they have now. I can't remember what it's called. Seal, the seal adhesive. So they went from snail to seal. And when they did that, this went on the clearance rack for like, it was less than $2. And I bought a ton. Okay, so now, oh, we can put this, I'm gonna sponge it first. So this, I didn't color these, I just sponged them with the, and this is Petal Pink. So I'm just gonna put a little bit in here. So you can color if you want to. I just didn't want to take the time to color this much because I'm going to color the circles with the Stampin' Blends. But you want to make sure this is totally dry. Even Now it's been sitting a few minutes and it still looks like it's just a little bit smearing. Not too bad, but make sure you stamp this pretty far ahead of time, like at least 15 minutes probably. Okay, so there's our inside ones. So we're done with that. So that was Petal Pink. We're going to glue all these in here. Many years ago, you worked with Mennonites in the hospital. Oh, yeah. You know, my mother is, well, her whole family was Mennonites. They came, she was born in Indiana, and then they moved to Ohio, and they were all like Amish and Mennonites. And I still have a bunch of cousins who I've never met that live here on my mother's side, and there's still some Mennonites in there. But yeah, they're very nice. But I really liked that Amish movie, mystery movie, and I'm really upset that well, it was a series, so I only could watch the first one for free, and the rest you had to get a subscription. Okay. Hey, Mimi, how are you? Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and color these, okay? So I'm going to start with my light Petal Pink and just kind of go. Now, you guys know how I color, so I just take the side of my tip here, the side of the brush tip, and I'm just going to kind of scribble this in here. So I'm not really being careful. I'm not even going to the edge, nothing. I'm just kind of scribbling that in there just so we've got that background color. You do not really have to be a very good colorer to use these. And I'm going to show you how fast I colored these. Okay, so that's the light. And then I took the darker one. Actually, I'm going to save that. I'm going to do this one. So this is the dark Petal Pink I'm going to use in a second. This is the light Cajun Craze. So with this one, we just want to add a little bit of the darker color in there. So I'm doing it mainly where the lines are, like so, and just wherever you want. And kind of scribble it in the middle there. Pretend like maybe you have Parkinson's or something and your hand is a little shaky and you're just like shaking this around. I'm not really doing it careful. I'm just kind of like shake it like that. Shake it, scribble, scribble. And there you go. And then what we're going to do is go over it with the dark Petal Pink right here. Yeah, dark Petal Pink. And we're going to go over that and just kind of smush it all together. And that's going to blend it out. And then it's going to dry. And you're going to be like, wow, that was so easy. And all she did was scribble. Look at that. Okay, so then when it dries, it's going to come out just like that. So there you go. How easy was that? Now we're going to do this one. Scribble, scribble, scribble. So any of you guys that are afraid to color, don't be. Because if you mess up, we do have the color lifter, which is the white one. And you always can go over top of whatever you're doing with the lighter color, which will lighten it up too. But you want to make sure you go over like the darker color with the lighter one pretty much right away, or it won't blend as well. I don't even have my glasses on. I'm still doing pretty good. So you can see as it gets lighter. I better put glasses on so I can see. You've been to Shipshawana. What is Shipshawana? I never heard of that. Shipshawana. So if you can scribble like this, you can surely color these flowers. But it does add a nice little bit of contrast in there instead of just having the petal pink. So, all right, and then we're going to go right over top of that with the dark petal pink again. Okay, so can you see what happens when it dries? So this one is, on the right, is dry, and it's just kind of blended it out. And then if you want to add a little bit more of the lighter one, you can. Okay, all right, we're going to let that dry for a sec, and we're going to do the leaves. So the leaves, I've got light and dark soft sea foam. So I'm going to do the light first and just color the whole leaf. And then go back with the dark a little bit. But this really is easy. Okay, so there's the light soft sea foam. Then I'm going to take the dark one and just kind of go down the middle a little bit. So I have this section, like my fence. So one side of my yard, the neighbors have a white fence, like a white vinyl fence, and one side they have wood. So I don't have a fence myself, really, like on the back or the front of the house. But on the two sides, one side's white, one side's wood. So the wood side looks fine, but the white side gets like a little bit of moldy algae kind of stuff in the winter because I don't get much sun back there. So I bought this stuff that you hook onto your hose, your spray nozzle, and you just spray it, and it's like a kind of a bleachy stuff that comes out with the water. And I couldn't get my spray nozzle off, so I was like, great. That's when you really need a man around, you know? Like, I was trying everything, and I could not unscrew the spray nozzle from the hose. So I was like, great, what am I going to do now? So I just went in the house, in my bathroom, and grabbed the bathroom shower cleaner stuff that had bleach in it. So I start spraying. I did like one section at a time and sprayed it down. Then I waited like 10 minutes. Then I went back over and hosed it with the spray nozzle. And darn if it didn't come out beautiful. It looked like I had had it pressure washed. I'm so proud of myself. It took me quite a bit more time, like about an hour to do it. But I mean, it's a pretty big fence. It's like 10 panels, but not all of them were bad, just some of them. Okay, so now we're going to do the bow. So I've got my linen thread. So you're going to take your bow here, your linen thread, and you're going to just go right under that. I didn't glue it down or anything. And we're going to tie a knot. I'm going to make sure you got enough to do a bow. So I think that's probably enough. And then I'm going to put a glue dot under that just to hold it in place. So let's grab a glue dot real quick before I forget. And put that right under here. And that'll just hold it in place right there, so it won't come undone. So there's one. Elkhart, Indiana. That's where my mother was born, Elkhart, Indiana. That's so funny. You know how I know that? Because I had to call Social Security to try and get her stuff fixed because they messed her checkup. And they started asking, I was pretending to be her, which, you know, was illegal, really, I think. That's what the girl told me. I think I told you guys this story. But, you know, I have power of attorney and everything, and I tried doing it, like, just telling them it was me, and I was trying to get her stuff fixed. Because she's not good about talking on the phone to people, so. And every time we called from her room, it was like an hour, hour and a half wait. So I called and I just said I was her. And they started asking me all the questions, and I was like, you know, I knew exactly what the answers were. And except where she was born. I thought she was born in Ohio, and then she wasn't. So then I had to call her, and I'm like, where were you born? She's like, Elkhart, Indiana. I said, oh, okay. So I figured that out. But anyway, we got her stuff straightened out. Finally, we got through one day from her room. But they don't take power of attorney. You have to actually get a doctor's note and saying that she's unable to, like, talk to somebody on the phone. And, like, basically she has dementia or something. Well, she doesn't, but she just really doesn't understand, like, what I'm trying to get fixed. But they had accidentally messed up her insurance, and they took out $400 out of 2 months of payments. And so we were trying to get that back. And she doesn't really understand all that because I have to fill out all the paperwork and everything. I forgot to put a glue dot on this one. But she is from there. Okay, so glue dot. Whenever you use the linen thread to tie a bow, I would always suggest putting a glue dot to make it stay and not come accidentally untied. Okay. You're making a molasses pie. Oh, is that a shoe fly pie? I remember that from Little House on the Prairie. All right, these are going to go on with glue dot. I mean, not glue dots, dimensionals. Thank you so much, Tony. Elkhart is the RV capital in the United States. I never knew that. I never really heard of it until she said that's where she was born. But yeah, she grew up like in that, all that Mennonite stuff. So her maiden name was Yoder, which is a big, like, Amish name. And they have a lot of, like, dairy farms and stuff. They did have a dairy farm in this area, too. And, well, the funny thing was, her parents, my grandparents, were both last named Yoder. And they weren't related. So they were from two different families of Yoders. And then they got married. And she always hated that name, that last name. But I was like, I don't know why. Okay, so then this is going to tuck right under here. And actually, I did this too far over, so we're going to have to go a little bit over. Maybe I should put the words on first so that doesn't happen. That's a good idea. Oh! So I put that on too close to the edge. I mean, too close to the middle. And I'm doing glue dots on this because I don't want to do glue and then try to stick this under here and get a mess. So we're just going to put it like, oops, here. All right, so the next one, I'm going to do that first. So we're just going to put this down and then put the circle down. Thank you guys so much. I'm so glad you like this. I was worried you'd be like, oh, she's doing this stamp set again. But I figured, you know, it's going to be gone soon, so I won't be able to use it anymore. All right, I kind of want that just a note to be just under the corner of that. So there's that one. I love this card, though. I made it yesterday, and I was just like, oh, I just love it, love it, love it. You know, sometimes I make a card, I'm like, yeah, it's okay. I don't love it, but it's like, okay. And I don't have time to do another one, but this one I made, and I was like, it took me almost all day long. But I said, oh, that came out great. All right, so now we're going to put that just over there. All right, I do have some gems. So we've got these. Funny story, I lost these today. After I used them, I started setting up for the video, and I was like, where are my gems? And I couldn't find them. I went back to the table and looked all over the table, couldn't find them. And I'm like, gosh, what did I do with them? And I had put them back in my gem bin on my shelf. I don't understand why I would have done that, but you know, sometimes I just am preoccupied, do things and don't think about it. And so I searched and searched for like 45 minutes, and then I finally found them up on the shelf in the bin. Okay, so we're going to put 2 of these on here of the blue, and I'm not really sure if this is cloud cover or what color. This is the Moody palette glossy dots, and I don't know exactly what color it is, but it goes with that paper, and I can't think of the name of it, but it's got the Secret Sea, I think it's Secret Sea, cloud cover, and Old Olive, I think. But we're just going to use 2 of the blue ones on the circle. And so if you get this kit, you'll get the gems and everything. You'll get everything. All 10 pieces plus the ribbon and the gems and everything. Not going to fit too well. We'll squish it in there. All right, then we're going to just spritz it a little bit with some shimmer spray. Oh, I should have left that here. It'll show up good on the bottom. I didn't spray the original one too, so we'll do that. All right, so there you go. Those are our cards for today. So you'll get 3. That supplies to make 3 of them. So we'll just put those 3 there. So there you go. That's the next card kit for this time. Where do you get the shimmer spray? I make it Aranda. So you just get a travel size spray bottle from like the Dollar Tree, or this came from either Target or Walmart, I think. And this one's like, I think maybe 2 or 3 ounces, probably 3 ounces. I think the Dollar Tree one is like a little smaller. And you fill it up about this much with rubbing alcohol, 70% rubbing alcohol. And then you pour a little bit of this in there, which I have the link in the description box below the video of where to buy it from. We used to sell it at Stampin' Up, but then they discontinued it. But I just have always loved it, so I just keep using it. But it's the Champagne Mist Shimmer Paint, and it's by Sukaniko. But the link is below the video, and there's a bunch. Twyla! Hey, Twyla. Happy USA birthday. Oh, you're so sweet. Well, happy Canadian Day. Happy Canada. Did you say Canada Day? Or like ours is July 4th. I guess it's, yeah, 250th birthday coming up this week, so that's exciting. But anyway, then you just mix it up, you just shake it, and it makes this shimmer spray. And my bottle used to be clear, but now it's kind of dyed that dark color. So there you go. Happy birthday, Canada. We're getting, oh, you're getting a Dollar Tree. Cool. We just got another one. Dollar Tree headquarters is in Chesapeake, Virginia, where I live. That's where it originated. And we have Dollar Trees like every mile. It's everywhere. See how nicely this kind of blended after it dries totally? And then it just blends together and it looks so pretty. I love it. All right, so it is time for a joke. So you ready? You ready for a joke? And this is a clean one, so you don't have to worry about it. Okay, here we go. A priest and a taxi driver both die and go to heaven. St. Peter gives the taxi driver a golden robe and a giant mansion, but he gives the priest a cotton robe and a small room. The priest is offended. Wait a minute, I spent 40 years preaching the word of God. This guy just drove a yellow car and cheated on his taxes. Why does he get the mansion? St. Peter looks at the records and says, well, Father, results. What do you mean? The priest asked. St. Peter explains, when you preached, people slept. But when this guy drove his taxi, everyone inside was praying like they had never prayed before. And that's the truth. I've only had to take a taxi like a few times. And one time was when we were in New York for the Stampin' Up trip. When we went to Bermuda, we had to go to New York to leave. And that was, I had only been to New York, I think like 3 times. But we were taking a taxi. We went a couple days early, took a taxi everywhere. And I am not kidding. They drive like maniacs. And we were in the back seat like holding on for dear life because we thought we were going to die any minute because they were the worst crazy drivers I've ever seen. So that is true. I only got 1 laughing out of that. Two laughing. That's so funny. Okay, a few of you guys laughed. Or some people are posting, but nothing's coming up. Maybe it's delayed. I don't know. Yeah, and they never get an accident. I don't know how they do it. It's crazy. All right, it's time for card giveaway. So I don't have any cards that were not claimed. Everybody claim their cards. Oh, I meant to show this to you. So when I go to color and I want to match the colors that are in this like background paper, so that's what I was trying to do, match like these flowers. What I do is I get out all the markers I think might match and I start doing little dots of each one. So this was like light pumpkin pie. This was dark peach pie. This was the cantaloupe. I can't remember if it was dark or light. And then the light and dark petal pink, light Cajun craze, light calypso coral, dark calypso coral, and the light and dark seafoam. So I kind of did them all as a dot on here, then let them dry for a few minutes. And then I kind of went, okay, which ones are the closest? And definitely the petal pink. But I was trying to figure out what this color was, and it was pretty close to the Cajun craze. Kind of a little bit close to dark calypso too, but, and then the leaves really didn't, like the seafoam was the closest to the leaves I could get. But that green, that darker green really is almost like mossy meadow, like our old mossy meadow. But it's too light for, no, mellow moss. I'm not thinking. Mossy meadow is the one we have now. Mellow moss is the one I'm thinking of. The one we used to have that was like a mossy green. The one we have now is too dark. So that's how I pick out which colors to use when I'm doing coloring. So I wanted to show that to you just as a tip. All right, so here's our cards for today. So we've got 1, 2, 3. All right, so there's our 3 cards for today. And let me get, oh, I need to put some more names in here. Have I ever ridden, oh my gosh. In Mexico, yes. And you know what? And when I was in Mexico, the cabs didn't have like a way to get out. Like once you got in the cab, there was no door handle to get out of the cab. I'll never forget that because we were on a cruise and we were in Cancun, and we got we went out to this bar, Carlos and Charlie's. And if any of y'all have ever been to Cancun and went to Carlos and Charlie's, it's a really, really, really fun place. But it's kind of dangerous because you end up drinking too much. But we had to take a taxi, and we were trapped in the taxi. And I was like, we're going to die. We're gonna die. All right, first winner is Becky Papp. Congratulations, Becky. Oh, this one? Yeah, this is a great set we used to have. I did a framed art class with this stamp set. I loved this back. That was like 3 or 4 years ago, I think. And then the worst was when I went to St. Martin. Gloria, you won the second one. Congratulations. I went to St. Martin. This is with my ex-husband. So, you know, it was like years and years. It's probably 15, 20, maybe. Let's see. I think my daughter was about 12. Yeah, it's 20 years ago because she's 33. Oh, Elaine's been to Carlos and Charlie's. So there's 2 places in Cancun, Carlos and Charlie's and Senor Frogs, that are like the best places to go when you're younger. I don't think I would go there now, but when you're younger in like your 30s and 20s, 30s, maybe 40s. But Linda Davis, you won the 3rd one. But when we were in St. Martin, we had to go to this restaurant that was at the very top of the mountain. It was like the highest point on the island. And there was a whole group of us. And we get into this van. It's like a 10-passenger van. Well, me and my daughter and my ex-husband were in the back seat. And we're going straight up this mountain right on the edge. And the back seat was broken that we were sitting in. So every time he accelerates, the seat would fly backwards, like almost like you're laying down. So there was no seat belts. So we're like screaming the whole way up this mountain. And when I'm scared, I just start laughing like crazy. I mean, I was like kind of laughing and hysterical at the same time. And that was crazy, though. I didn't think we'd make it alive. But that was probably the worst taxi ride I ever had. All right, you guys, congratulations to the winners. Oh, I got a new card and prayer list. So make sure, if you can, make sure you pray for all these people and send them cards if you can. Don't forget to send me an email, stampgirl2@cox.net, if you win a card, so I know your address so I could send it to you. And then here's my address. And there you go. Syria. I've never been to Syria, but I've seen it on TV, like in those movies. A carnival cab ride. I've been to carnival cab ride. What does that mean? I don't know what that means. Elaine, you've been to the bars and Senor Frogs. They have these margaritas by the yard. So there are margaritas that are actually like 3 feet tall, and they're in a glass that's like, it's kind of skinny, and then it goes into a big thing. And so you drink these margaritas by the yard, so you don't realize how much you're drinking. But I didn't drink that much, but my ex-husband did. All right, so now you know all about my escapades. All right, guys, thanks for joining me tonight. I really appreciate it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and like the joke and the cards. You were at a carnival only in a cab. Okay. And congratulations to the winners. Don't forget, like, share, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff for me. And we'll be back on Thursday night for another video. I think I just stopped my video. I did. I'm trying to catch up, and I hit it to stop. Okay. So, here we go. I think I'm caught up. All right. Bye, everybody. Have a great couple days till I see you back on Thursday night. Don't forget, Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.